Petco Park, a new beginning, let's go. Started back rocking the brown. Ever since we've been knocking them down. Baby said she wanna go to the game. Taught her how to say Padre gang. Started back rocking the brown. Ever since we've been knocking them down. Mitchell and Ness with the old school name. All of the homies holler Padre gang. Yeah, that.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Padres versus Rockies pregame show for June 19th, 2022. It's Blake Snell on the mound for the San Diego Padres today, trying to keep his team from being swept, or at least keep the Padres in the game so they don't get swept. Antonio Senzatella is going to be on the other side of things for the Rockies. The city of Colorado had one heck of a night last night. The Colorado Avalanche beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, the final. Now they're up 2-0 in the series, and they won like 7-0. Totally blew them out. And then the Rockies, they get that late win yesterday over our Padres. Ryan McMahon obviously hit that home run in that 8th inning that gave the Rockies the lead. That was another 3 home run game for the Rockies. I believe that was 2 straight nights now in this series that they've had 3 home runs. You had Crone hit 2 home runs the first night. Who hit did Blackman homer? One other guy hit a home run in the Friday game, and then yesterday it was Crone, it was Blackman, and then it was McMahon there in that 8th inning. So that's going to be one of the keys today for Blake Snell is, don't give up the long ball and definitely try to not throw pitches right down the middle to CJ Crone and Charlie Blackman. Maybe that would work, right? Let's start there because Blackman, the home run that Martinez gave up to him last night, I mean, I posted on Twitter a screenshot of it, the video as well. That location of that pitch was middle. I mean, you could not tee that fastball up any better than how Nick Martinez did to Charlie Blackman last night. And so hopefully that does not happen with Blake Snell today. Now, I know you don't want to lose either way, but if you're going to tell me that Blake Snell is going to give up 4 runs today, I'd rather have him give up runs by like the hitters actually earning the runs, or maybe not earning them, but like, taking advantage of the bad pitch location than him walking a million guys, right? So that's what we got on today. Snell against Senzatella. The lineups are not out yet, so we can start more with the pitching matchup. Today's game is on Bally Sports San Diego. Usually, as always, 97.3 The Fan on the radio. It is at 12:10 p.m. Pacific time. I will be at the Ox professional softball at SDSU, so I won't be able to be posting highlights, but I will be back for a series reaction episode live on YouTube later tonight after I get back. So hopefully the Padres will win, and it'll be a good day at San Diego State. The Rockies are 29-37 right now entering today's game after having 2 straight wins here. Padres are 41-26. Their last win came against the Cubs on Thursday when they swept the Cubs in that 4-game series. They scored 41 runs in those 4 games. And in these last 2 games, they scored 5 yesterday. And they scored 4, I think, the first game. I think that's what it was. So 9 runs in these last 2 games. That's still good, but it's Coors Field as well. Rockies, obviously, they've scored much more than that. They've scored 15 runs compared to the Padres, I think 9. So Snell enters today, 5.04 ERA. Antonio Senzatella with a 4.79 ERA. Snell has 29 strikeouts. Senzatella has 24 strikeouts, despite pitching in double the amount of games as Snell has pitched so far this year. Senzatella has 10 starts under his belt, and Snell has 6. No, 5. Sorry. The Baseball Reference game log, for some reason, they're still counting that April 10th start against the Diamondbacks where he didn't even pitch. He warmed up. Good morning, Anthony. What's up, Quan? What's up, Tupac13, by the way? Sorry, I just saw you guys. I was looking at the game logs on Baseball Reference. With Snell, his last start, he pitched a whole lot better than he did on June 6th against the Mets when he had that 43-pitch first inning, only got 4+ innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. His last start, June 12th against the Rockies last weekend, it was that Sunday game, right? Pitched a lot better. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, didn't give up any home runs, lowered his ERA from 5.68 to 5.04. Same amount of pitches, just about 95 pitches on that Mets start, 94 pitches, and he got 2 more innings of work in. So that just shows how much more efficient he was, and that's exactly what I took away from that last start that Snell had, was that efficiency. He was striking out a lot of guys, but they were good strikeouts, like, they were attacking strikeouts, if that makes sense. He wasn't it wasn't like nibbling strikeouts, he was going after guys, and when Snell is going after guys, when he's consistently getting it into the strike zone, I know this sounds stupid and obvious, but when he's able to get it into that strike zone, he is a very, very good pitcher. So he's gonna have to do that again today. Now, don't leave it right down the middle to Charlie Blackmon like Nick Martinez did yesterday on that home run, but, you know, just make sure you put it in the strike zone, and he's gonna probably have success. Now, Coors Field is different, but I'd still rather have you throw strikes than have you walk guys, obviously. Did I say the standings? Padres are in second place entering today, half game back of the Dodgers. The Rockies are 12 games back of the Dodgers. They are obviously in last place in the National League West. You look at Antonio Senzatella, he has double the amount of starts, but I was seeing this. They were showing this on the Bally Sports broadcast last night when they were previewing for like 30 seconds the pitching matchup. And Snell, I saw that Snell has more than double the walks that Senzatella has in half the amount of starts that Senzatella has. So that just shows how bad Snell has been in terms of consistency outside the strike zone. You don't want to be consistently outside the strike zone, obviously. That's kind of what Snell has been this year. Obviously, he's had a couple good starts, but you know he walked 3 in his first start against Philly, or his first appearance against Philly. Walked 2 the next start, 3 the next start, 3 the next start, 2 last start. So I'm not saying dude, you gotta go 6 innings, don't walk anyone. He's going to walk guys. I'm not gonna expect him to not walk guys, but it's those it's when he gets like 3 or more walks, and especially when you're walking guys and then you're bringing up like the CJ Crones or the Charlie Blackmons of the world, that's where you get into a really tough spot. And with Senzatella in his last start, he went 6 innings against the Guardians, giving up 3 runs, 1 walk. He does not walk a lot of guys. He's had 1 walk 4 times this year, no walks 3 times this year. And the most walks he's had in any outing was 2. He's done that 3 times. So he's not going to walk guys. He's going to attack. Last couple starts, he's gotten through 6 innings. So the Padres, they're going to have to be aggressive. I think just looking at the game logs, I'm not watching every Senzatella start, but they got to be aggressive today and come out swinging because he's not going to be walking a ton of guys. He hasn't hit anyone this year yet, so he's not wild. He's only given up a couple home runs. So to me, it looks like he looks to get ahead. I know that's not no pitcher's looking to, get behind in the count, but they're looking it looks like from him not walking guys, not hitting guys, not giving up, tons of runs, looks like he's going to be attacking the zone. Cronenworth's hitting 455 off of Senzatella. Now the lineup I don't think is out yet. I keep refreshing. I don't see any lineup out yet. So I'll keep talking, hopefully, until this lineup will come out. I don't know when it's going to come out. But just looking at some numbers, I mean, I expect Croney in there. I expect Manny in there. I expect Hosmer in there. I expect Mazara in there. It's a righty, so a lefty. I'd expect Nola to be in there against Senzatella catching Snell. Profar, obviously. Voit. A lot of the same regular guys. And just look at the lineup or the Padres roster against Senzatella, Alfaro's hitting 333 off him, Crony's hitting 455 off him, Manny's hitting 421 off him, Voigt's hitting 333. So they do have some guys that have had some success off of Senzatella. There's also some guys that aren't doing as hot. Grisham's 222 off him in 18 at bats. Hosmer's 227 off of him in 22 at bats. Did I just say Grisham had 22 at bats? Grisham had 18 at bats off of Senzatella, hitting 222. So yeah, that's kind of that. And then with the Rockies, I mean, great. Wow, what a surprise. Crone and Blackman are demolishing Snell. 10 at bats for Blackman off of Snell in his career. He's hitting 300 off of him. Crone has 12 at bats. He's homered once off Snell and driven in 4 runs before, hitting 417 off of Snell. Jonathan Daza's hitting 750 off of Snell. So stay away. Blackman, Crone, and Jonathan Daza. Let's not give those guys cookies today, all right? Tupac13 says, I hope Snell does good today. Obviously, got to hope that. I did not know this, Anthony. If this is correct, the team is 1-10 in Snell's last 11 starts, 0-7 in his last 7. Well, part of it is because Snell hasn't been on his game a lot. When you give up 5 runs in 4 innings to the Mets, hard to come back from that. But like he's given up 3 runs twice this year, 2 runs a couple times this year. So he's in his starts, he's keeping the team in the game, kind of. So some of it is just the offense not showing up. And the offense, like I mentioned just now, a couple minutes ago, they got to attack Senzatella today. And you hope that they can get the lead first in this top of the first inning. Because these last couple games feels like they've been playing from behind, maybe because they have. And Crone's been homering, Blackman's been homering, McMahon last night. It feels like they've been playing from behind, having to catch up or almost catch up and not be able to because it's too late. So execute with runners in scoring position if you can get those guys on in that first inning early in this game. Get the lead first. And really, just it's easier for me to say, obviously, just sitting here and talking to you. But don't throw pitches right down the middle to Charlie Blackman and CJ Crone. That's not going to be a good result. We can look at the Padres bullpen chart, waiting for the lineup to come out. So yesterday, Luis Garcia pitched, gave up the home run. Not worried about him. I saw someone in my Instagram comments this morning was like, this is where Bomel would have served you well. Garcia shouldn't have pitched the 8th inning. It's kind of like, okay, you're not even really paying attention to the team then. It was the first home run that Luis Garcia has allowed this entire season. So take a chill pill. Chris Matt, 10 pitches yesterday. Wilson had a shutout inning. He pitched 12 pitches yesterday. So, I mean, Morejon has not pitched in a while. I would expect him to come in after Snell today. And Stammen's obviously available if things go haywire and they just want to be ready for the Diamondback series starting up tomorrow back at home. But yeah, a lot of Rogers hasn't pitched in a few days. Hill's available. Stammen, Morejon, Kinnear, maybe. They usually go Kinnear 30, 40 pitches, then a few days off. So maybe he's not available. But yeah, definitely Rogers. Garcia, if he has to, back-to-back days. But Chris Matt, only 2 pitches yesterday. They got a lot of guys available. Maybe Kinnear probably wouldn't pitch today. Maybe not Wilson, but it feels like to me everyone else would be available. And I really think that Morejon could pitch today. They have not named the starting pitchers for the Diamondback series yet, to my knowledge. But if Snell's pitching today, hang on, hold on 1 second. Let me see. He last pitched June 12th. Trying to see who pitched June 13th, the day after him. Darvish. So Darvish pitched after Snell the last times. So he would go tomorrow. So would it be Darvish, Mania, Musgrove? I think it's Darvish, Mania. No, Musgrove's on COVID. Dang it. Yeah, he has the COVID IL designation on him. What has he been placed on the COVID IL list? Yeah, I saw that from the Padres. I don't know if he has it, but it's kind of like Bomel and Ryan Christensen. He's just on it, or he's like a close contact, or he wasn't feeling well. So I assume he has COVID. So if he's not pitching on Wednesday, Darvish, Mania Monday, Tuesday, probably. Then Wednesday, who would pitch on Wednesday? Would they slide guys up? I don't think they want to do that. I think you could see Reese Kinnear, or you could see Ryan Weathers, and you just have that type of day and a piggyback. Or is Clev? Would Clev pitch? No, Clev could pitch Wednesday. Duh. Because he just came out of the bullpen yesterday, or excuse me, on Friday, right? He came out of the bullpen Friday in the series opener. So that would give him a ton of rest to go all out on Wednesday. So maybe we'll see Darvish, Mania, Clev Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for this Diamondback series. I'm going to, I think, 3 games, the Phillies series. I'm not going to any of the Diamondback games. But I'm going Thursday for the Crony bobblehead, going Friday, going Sunday. I'm going to that season ticket photo day. That'll be cool. I hope Musgrove's cleared. I want to try to get a picture with him. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing this week. Again, I'm just waiting for the lineups to come out. So if you have any questions, any comments, let me know. By the way, quick plug here. I am running a giveaway right now at Talking Friars on Twitter. It is a Joe Musgrove shirt and a Manny Machado bobblehead. It's a joint giveaway. Myself and the great Cassidy Coleman Williams. It's like a joint giveaway. We're giving away an Extend Grow Must Face shirt. If you don't get it, then maybe don't enter the giveaway. I want the shirt to go to someone that understands it and what the Extend Grow Must Face is. And then the Manny bobblehead as well. They're not separate. It's just one giveaway. But in order to enter, go to the Talking Friars Twitter at Talking Friars. You follow me. You follow Cassidy. You retweet the tweet, and then you reply in the comments to that post, hashtag Extend Grow Musve, and then tag the Padres at Padres. If you tag Peter Seidler, maybe you'll get a bonus point or whatever. I don't know if he checks Twitter, but that probably never hurts. But I want to kind of start this movement and keep mentioning the Padres. I know the social media team isn't the one that is going to go extend Joe Musgrove, but it doesn't hurt to keep tagging the Padres and saying, hey, we're going to keep thinking about this until you do it every single day. Every single day. Anthony says, already locked in Manny for a hit today. Like that he is 421 career with 5 runs batted in against Senzamilla? I don't get that reference. Is that just me? Sensimilla. I don't understand that. My bad. If that's Senza Mia, Anthony, what is that? I don't know what that is. Quan says, I really hate Blackman and Crone. Yeah, well, I think we all kind of frankly tired of those two. It is kind of the Padres' fault for giving them pitches right down the middle, but they're just crushing the Padres. No lineups are out yet. We're less than 3 hours away from first pitch. First pitch is 12:10, and there's no lineups out. Happy Father's Day, by the way, to anyone who is a father out there or has a father. Uh, Happy Father's Day. Annie Halburn posted something on YouTube the other day with a bunch of kids, or yeah, the kids of Padres, like Ryan Flaherty, the interim manager. I think Voigt's kids were on there. Chris Matt, Stammen, I think, Pomerantz. It was a really cool video. I encourage you to go check that out. But I posted a clip of Ryan Flaherty's kids on the Twitter. They were pretty cute. We could look around. Let's look around the league right now. The Yankees, my goodness, they are hot. Phillies and Nationals right now are the Peacock game. No one probably has that. They probably stole someone else's login and then, or they did the free trial, or I don't know if there's a free trial or whatever, but they did that and then they canceled it right immediately after the Padres played the Braves earlier this year. But that's the Peacock game right now. San Francisco is going to finish up a series in Pittsburgh at 10:35 a.m. Yankees are in Toronto. They're 49-16. I think I saw the other day that they've won like 16 out of their last 17 games. Something crazy like that. Cubs are playing the Braves. They snapped their losing streak the other day, winning 1-0. So they suck. When they win, they barely win. They win by scoring 1 run. The Dodgers are hosting the Guardians. Dodgers are 40-24 right now. I think they won last night after losing on Friday. The Sunday night game tonight, eh, it's a game. White Sox and the Astros. White Sox are 31-32. The Astros are 40-25. Wow, there's like no news going on right now in Major League Baseball because MLB.com, in their latest news tab, they're just making up stories now. Like, who'd win this fathers versus sons matchup? Padres yet to solve the Coors Field mystery. Padres reliever recreates high school photo in Major League Baseball clubhouse. MLB TV is 50% off for Father's Day. So, hey, if you're a father out there, or even if you're not, feel free. 50% off MLB TV. Can't watch the Padres if you're in San Diego, but you can watch out of market games. I get it free with the season tickets. That's good. I don't have to pay over $100 per season, like 150, I think, per season for out of market games. But that's 50% off. Still don't see any lineups out. Don't know what Ryan Flaherty and Bud Black are doing right now. John says this series felt like the one the Padres were going to drop. Oh well, still a great team. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and I'll talk about it more on the series reaction tonight. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too. It's kind of like, well, it's the Rockies. They're allowed to have a bad series. They did just score 41 freaking runs against the Cubs. They're allowed to have a bad series. But at the same time, you also look at the standings and you're like, dang, Colorado's in last place. We should be doing better than what we're doing right now against Colorado. Lost 9 straight at Coors Field entering today's game. I think they're 10-15. I saw that somewhere. They're 10-15 since the start of last season against the Rockies. It's like these are the games that the Dodgers win, right? You see why the Dodgers are at the top every year because they win these games against the bad teams. So I definitely understand people who are frustrated with it, but also at the same time, it's like just realize that they've done this the entire year without their best player, without the best shortstop in baseball. Entering today's game, they're in a playoff spot easily. They are 15 games over 500, 41-26. Things could definitely be a lot worse, you know? And they get to come home and play the Arizona Diamondbacks, who aren't a great team either. Yeah, Joe Musgrove, he has COVID, I guess, right now, but hopefully they'll get Bob Melvin back during the homestand. Same with Ryan Christensen. I talked with him. If you missed that, I talked to him at the MLB Draft Combine on Friday. He peeked his head out. No one noticed him. I was the only one that noticed him. He was wearing because he was in shorts, a shirt, and a camouflage. I think it was a Padre hat. Don't know if it was. And he was masked up. That's probably why people didn't notice him. And I asked how he was doing. He said he was doing well, feeling better. So it feels like he's just waiting for the 2 negative COVID tests, and then he can come back and join the team. And then Mike Schilt can go back to whatever role he was doing with the Padres. I don't even know what he's really doing with the Padres, if I'm being honest. Like, isn't he an advisor with the team? He's some like development advisor. I think that's what it is. But obviously, he was the manager of the Cardinals last year. They won 20 plus games in a row last year. Former manager of the year. Yeah, put him in the dugout when you have your manager and your bench coach not available. I don't really know why Ryan Flaherty is the manager. Like, I understand that they see him as a future manager, so I guess this is good experience for him. But when you have a former manager and Mike Schilt coming to join the team as the bench coach when he was a former major league manager of the year in, I think, 2017, you have him be the bench coach, and you have Matt Williams, who's a former manager as well, who's managed playoff teams, managed the Bryce Harper Nationals team. You don't have him be the manager. You have him still be the third base coach. And you have your quality coach. I think that's what they call, I think that's Ryan Flaherty's title, is like quality control coach or whatever. No idea what that guy. What he does is he helps guys prepare against pitchers and stuff. And it's kind of like a second hitting coach to Michael Bradar, kind of like translating information. Um, but yeah, you have the quality control coach be the manager instead of one of the 2 former managers that you have on the staff. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Quan asks, who is a stealth good reliever that the Padres could trade for? I personally don't think that they need to trade for a reliever right now. We are a month and a half probably, right, away from the trade deadline. Isn't it like August 1st this year or something? We're a long way away from the trade deadline. Luis Garcia, I'm confident in him. I'm confident in Nabil Chrismat. I'm confident in Taylor Rogers. I'm getting more confident or growing my confidence back in Steven Wilson. I like what I've seen out of Morahone. I know it's only 2 innings, but I like what I've seen out of him. He's only going to get stronger as he continues to pitch this year. And then they have Michelle Baez coming back, Jose Castillo coming back, hopefully Drew Pomeranz coming back. When Clev comes back and Musgrove's back, you got 5 guys or 6 guys in the rotation that allows for Nick Martinez to be in the bullpen and piggyback. That makes your bullpen stronger. I like where the bullpen's at right now, and they're winning games right now. That's like the bottom line, right? They're winning games. They're 15 games over 500 despite losing these last 2 games at Coors Field to the Rockies. I don't know if you need to go get someone like David Robertson. Quan mentions that in the chat here. Do you really need to go out and get David Robertson? What has he even done this year? Is he like a good pitcher this year? I haven't even followed. Sorry, I'm not a. I don't follow David Robertson. He pitches for the Cubs. Yeah, says he's on the Cubs. Okay, has a 1.82 ERA. Okay, wow. I mean, sure. Of course, if he has good numbers, of course I'd like to add him. But what would you give up for that? Like the Cubs, they're rebuilding. They're going to ask for, prospects, obviously, right? Prospect, maybe some money. So who are the Padres willing to give up for David Robertson? I think it's a 1-year deal probably, right? He's on a 1-year deal. He's 37 years old. So yeah, that's my estimation is he's on a 1-year deal. Do the Padres really want to trade for David Robertson? They also have used Mero Petit, I think, in AAA. I have no idea what's going on with him. They signed him, feels like a month ago. It felt like he was gonna come up in, like, a couple weeks, and he's still down there. He didn't have a spring training, but that's kinda weird to me. The Padres lineup is out. Alright. So my Padre pick, alright, I have confirmed that it's Jake Cronenworth today. He's smashing, Antonio Senzatella in his career. He is hitting .455 off him in his career. He's hitting second in the lineup today, behind Jerks and Profar, who's leading off in left field. Manny's hitting third. Voigt's hitting fourth. Hosmer's in there hitting fifth. Mazara's hitting sixth. I personally would rather have Mazara be hitting fifth over Hosmer. Maybe flip those guys so that you have Voigt, a righty, you have a lefty in Mazara, and then you have a righty, or excuse me, um, oh no, you'd have back-to-back lefties anyway. I still like Mazara's at bats more than Hosmer. So I'd rather have Mazara 5 over 6, and that might not seem like a big difference, but who knows? There might be 2 outs and you have Hosmer coming up when you could have Mazara, right? Nola's hitting 7th, as I expected, catching Snell. Alfaro's definitely the starting catcher now, but you can't catch him every day. Grisham's hitting 8th in center field, and then Hassan Kim batting 9th at shortstop. That's the Padres lineup. The Rockies lineup's not out yet, but I don't really think there's a big need to go over that. Usually what I do is just list it anyway. Yeah, Quan says he agrees. Flip Mazara and Hosmer. Quan says give the Cubs Pomerantz for Dave Robertson. He says LOL, so I guess he's joking because that would never happen because Pomerantz is injury prone. The Cubs are rebuilding. Pomerantz is a veteran. You're trading a reliever for a reliever. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, David Robertson, okay, it could be a name, but there's also 28 other teams that might be interested. Well, maybe not 28. There's not 28 other teams that are trying to win. You know what I'm saying? There's still a bunch of other teams that would probably be interested in a guy that has a a sub 2 ERA. So, yeah, don't think that would I don't think that's going to happen. Preller at the deadline, he has had a history of acquiring relievers, but I think his deadline additions this year could be Baez, Castillo, Yusmeiro Petit, Pomerantz, guys like that. They might not come back at the deadline, but sometime this year. I like where the bullpen's at right now. All right, I think that's going to do it. Snell against Senzatella. Let's see if the Padres can get ahead. That's a big key, I think, today. Get ahead of the Rockies. The Rockies have gotten ahead pretty early on in these first 2 games. I don't think did the Padres have an early lead yesterday? Let me check that real quick. Box score. No. The Rockies had the lead 2-0 in the first inning. So they've had the early lead both times this game or this series. So get ahead. Get ahead and see if Snell can keep you ahead. We'll see. All right. 12:10 is the first pitch. I'll be back with a series reaction after I'm done going to the softball games today. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon, your Father's Day, and I'll see you later.